This is an option now, okay? So one thing I want you guys to understand is what the difference is between a rotation and a reflection, okay? I want to just go back over this. Let me unmute you. Good morning, Miss Cooper. How are you?
Good. Hello.
Good, good.
Morning.
Morning, morning. So I'm going to show you guys, let me go over here, and I'm just going to put an image over here. I'm just going to click a point, then I'm going to drag another one, and then I'm going to drag it right here. Okay. All right. So if I want to reflect this, guys, I want you to understand there's a difference between the two. So I'm going to go back and take my pen here and just highlight the axis. What I want you guys to get in the habit of doing, because I know there's some confusion sometimes with this, I would like you to highlight the X and Y axis in a color of your choice. My suggestion is the Y axis, you might want to highlight in yellow because Y stands for yellow. That's a way to help you. All right, let me just find my pen here. I had it here for a second.
Wait, so what do I do to retake the skill check?
I'll mention when reassessments are going to occur. All right. So looking over here, okay, all right, we have the y-axis right here. So if the directions are to reflect over here, right, what's going to happen is what? What do you think is going to happen to C? What side is it going to be facing when I reflect it this way, from right to left? And why? What do you think, Angel?
What?
If I were to flip this over, like a page, like let's pretend this was a page, right? If I were to flip this page over this, and let's say this was the holder of the book. You know how like pages are held in by the binder of the book? If I flip it over, which way do you think C will be facing and why?
Would be facing the left.
Excellent. Good. Okay. And A would still be facing up, right? And B would be facing what direction then?
Right.
Excellent. Good. Okay. Does that make sense? Brian, do you follow me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, do you see that? 3 and 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing I did was what? I reflected it across what axis? What do you guys think? Hold on. You got muted. Brian, what do you think?
About?
Yeah, what axis did I reflect this pre-image from?
B?
Well, no, I'm talking about like the X or Y axis. Like, what is this axis that I highlighted in black?
The Y.
Excellent. Good. So I reflected it across the Y, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I flip it over, right, look at this point now. And we'll label this. Okay, and I want you to see the difference here. Okay, what do you notice? What is something you notice about A?
That it now has a negative
What has a negative? Why?
because you flipped it to the negative side.
Okay. So we're in what quadrant? We began in what quadrant?
The right quadrant. The
Right.
top right.
And then when I moved over, what happened to the X coordinates?
They switched over to the negative.
Excellent. Good. But did Y change and why?
Y did not change because it's still on the same Y.
Right.
Same...
Excellent. Good. Good. Excellent. Does that make sense, Angel? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you reflect. You do the same thing for every other point, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, do you guys understand what rotation means? How is that different than if I reflect it, than if I reflect an image? Like, can they mean the same thing? What do you guys think?
Wait, what?
Like, can reflection and rotation mean the same thing in your opinion? And if so, why? If not, why not?
I mean, rotation means rotating the item, and reflecting is just reflecting it.
Okay, but what exactly does rotating mean, though? What does the word rotating mean? Like, in your own words.
To rotate to one side?
Well, let's look at it here. Let's look at an animation here. I'll show you guys a video. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Here, I'm going to go to YouTube. Give me 1 second.
1 second.
I'm going to type in rotation animation. Let's see if I can show you guys. Here. I wonder if this animates. This might show you rotation. Okay, so see the Earth?
Mhm.
Yes, guys?
Yeah.
Right? What's happening to the Earth as you're watching this image?
It's rotating to the
What was that?
It's rotating to the right.
Right. Well, it's rotating. It's rotating around what? What
The
is this
sun
called?
axis.
Right. It's rotating around an axis. So all rotation is what's happening to the Earth. It's basically turning, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Right? Because that explains why we have 24-hour days. So I wanted you guys just to see that so you understand what is happening. You're just turning what you see on the image. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Let me see if oh, it was over here. Okay. All right. So the way I see it, it's going to spin, return about the origin. The origin right here. Okay? I'm going to show you how to rotate it. So what you're going to do, okay, you're simply going to go down to rotate around point. You're going to click on that. Okay? Then you're going to click on the image.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then what are you going to click? You're going to click here. And then you're going to specify how many degrees you want to rotate it. How many degrees you want to rotate it, guys? Pick something either 90, 180, 270, or 360.
180.
180? Okay. We're going to rotate it 180. Now, do you guys understand what the difference? Degrees first, and then I take those points of the rotated image. So in other words, whatever the rotated image is for 90 degrees, I'm going to rotate it another 90 degrees to the right. Okay, so I'm going to break it down into pieces for you. So here's what I would do. I'm going to click on this, right? If I want to rotate this 90, okay, I'm going to go back. Click on the center point, and then I'm just going to click 90 counterclockwise. Or excuse me, clockwise. Okay. Because we're going, or no, we're going counterclockwise. Sorry. What am I saying? All right. Okay. All right. Makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. So now, here's how I want you to notice something. What do you notice about A's point up here compared to A's point down here? Tell me something you notice or just observe from that.
Wait.
So we're, in other words, comparing this point
It's different.
A.
It's different. It rotated.
Okay, I did rotate it, but what about the coordinates? What is something you notice about the coordinates of the original image here for A?
They're backwards.
What's backwards?
Not the coordinates. Like.
Okay, so you're right. Excellent. So
They're backwards and they're negative.
What was that?
They're backwards and they're negative.
Okay, so they're backwards and negative. So here's a way to look at it, right? And you tell me if I'm doing this right. Ready? If
Mhm.
this makes sense to you. Yes? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, but the only difference is now we have to worry about the sign. So what I did was I just flipped, I rotated him or changed their positions, yes?
Mhm.
Because it formed like a rotation. This forms like a rotation, these arrows,
Yeah.
right? Like a circular rotation.
Mhm.
So now it became this, yes? But then what do you notice about the quadrant I'm in?
It's negative.
What's negative?
The quadrant.
Okay. Well, be more specific. More specific
Numbers.
what you're saying.
The x and y's in that coordinate is negative.
Okay, good. So then I have y as my negative, right? Then what do I have to add? What am I missing in this coordinate?
The other negative sign.
Excellent. Good. So I have to write it as negative 5.
Mhm.
Brian, do you follow what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Excellent. All right, how about C? What do you notice about C from the pre-image to the post-image?
Same thing. It's backwards
Okay.
and negative.
All right, so what did I do to the coordinates then?
I rotated it.
Okay, like this? Yes?
Mm,
Wait.
This? Correct?
more like the other way. Like you moved it to the left.
What did I move to the left?
You
The
rotated
4
it
or the
both
6?
ways. You rotated to the left, like the other one.
The y coordinate? This
Mhm.
one? Is this
Yeah.
what you're saying? Okay, good. So it's in the x spot now. So it's now 4 and what?